because the deck kind of needed it. Valkyrie was added in later. Got a crown chest to open. This was really just me playing around. Ooh! Dark Prince, that thing got a buff recently. This is really just me playing around so we could get some more crowns for the clan chest. Because we've only got 5 people, and we need more crowns. About halfway up the first tier. So I did a bunch of battles. I finally managed to win one using the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie was what I needed. So I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battles. And I'll show you them. Goblin Gang comes out in 9 days, so that'll be fun to add to the all Goblin deck. It can also help with Mass Goblin gameplay. Coming into our first battle. This is the first one I did. I made this deck. Hog was one of my extra cards. I believe the other was arrow. Yeah, the other was arrows. Which seems to work pretty well here. Problem is it is a balloon deck, and I don't have enough air damage per second. I mean, I've got the Spear Goblins, the Goblin Hut, the Dark Goblin, but neither of those is very... I don't have any good tank cards in this deck, except for Hog. It's part of the problem. And he has a really insane giant graveyard loon deck. So that's an intense deck to face. There are some things that this deck can beat. Although not a whole lot, considering how much I'm messing around. But this is not that thing. I was, however, careful to try and get a crown each time, because that helps with the clan chest. Look at that. I got 2 hits off, even though it was at one shot level from the tower. Here I've got 2 Dark Goblins, 3 levels apart, shooting him. So now I'm just going to go for that tower and hope for my tower to die. Alright, gets the 2 hits off, and I get my 1 hit off. Now I pushed the other tower, but I really didn't stand a chance in that game. I did get a crown, though, and that's half the reason I was doing this. So, the reason that I was doing this was for something that I could do while I'm announcing the winner of the giveaway. Most of you guys know that I had a giveaway going on, the 10-cent giveaway for 10 subscribers, and that just ended. The winner was Kevin Chow. So I've issued him his prize. And my next giveaway is going to be when I get to 50 subscribers. So tell your friends about the channel. It'll be more than 10 cents, okay, guys? Alright, so we're going to jump into our second battle. Grim Reaper from Seek and Destroy. 5 battles in this video, but first we're going to open ourselves up a free chest. So this time I switched out my arrows for a miner, because this deck, it needs a splash damage card, but I thought it would be better to use it aggressively. So I added another mini tank so that I could constantly cycle through my attacks and never give him a chance. Unfortunately, didn't work well with this deck because he had Valkyrie and Executioner, both of which are splash damage cards that counter my entire deck, except for Hog and... Actually, Executioner counters Hog and Valkyrie counters Miner, but you counter everything else in my deck. And Miner, Executioner, and Valkyrie countering each other. No, Executioner and Miner, everything yeah. So that gave me some real trouble. He didn't play it exactly pretty well. But he also has a lightning, which can kill my Goblin Hut, so I can't even use that to slow down his Executioner every once in a while, and stop his Valkyrie every once in a while. Fortunately, I placed my Goblin Huts a ways away, so I stopped this push from taking my entire tower. Otherwise, I would have been completely destroyed. Now here, I kept at least a small amount of health in my tower. 800. Which isn't good, but it's something. Now here he brings out his lightning for the first time in the game. Surprising me, but I've got my mirror, so I put that down, and I make him just mad. Just mad. So I've got 5 goblins here. I don't think he knew how much damage 5 spear goblins do when they get onto your tower. I'm going to slow this down for double elixir time because there's a lot more happening in here. So then I spam a bunch of troops over here to take down his tower. He completely ignores it, which is not a particularly good decision, because look how much damage it does to his king tower. And more importantly, look over here. Watch his executioner, and his Valkyrie shredding me. And you add in the elite barb and the giant, and I'm completely doomed. Now, the right decision here would have been to spam a bunch of stuff for the 3 crown instead of putting down the other goblin hut. I just put down a goblin hut. That was a bad decision. I should have spammed a bunch of stuff to get the 3 crown. Like maybe 2 goblin barrels or something like that. Not sure exactly what, but that would have been my only way out. I was thinking though, because if I could defend both of those towers, I have a tower and he doesn't at this point, so I'm technically leading. But look at my right tower, doomed. Left tower, no health left. So you can guess how this is going to play out. Look at that, wrecking everything. The executioner and the Valkyrie leaves me no chance. Now here I try to push up front, but if I'd done it a few seconds earlier, I might have stood a chance. Look how fast the hog barrel takes down his tower. Unfortunately, I didn't have my hog or my miner up when I was completely doomed at that point. Our third battle didn't go so horribly because the person didn't have so many tough splash damage cards. But we were still lacking the splash damage card, so it still wasn't as good. He's running a golem, wizard deck. What's really fun is that he's using this goblin, which is one of the most underused cards around. Even though it's pretty good, it's just as good as the other goblins, it's much less used than the other goblins. He also had a lightning. And he also had some minions, which I didn't have a whole lot of good defenses against. So as you can see, I'm in trouble, especially with a double wizard. Only one of those does splash damage, but that's tough. I'm thinking about, should I double miner him, or should I put down a goblin hut? Should I put a hog down? I decided just a hog. Now here he's got a dirt goblin, which I was not expecting at all. When you put it down for the first time, it's an amazing card because nobody expects you to have it. Here I do a mirror hog just to troll him, make him a little mad. He counters it well both times, in fact. So it's pretty impressive. Now you notice since Electro Wizard is 2 target, Goblins counters it really hard. And here I already see at 215 left that he's got a Golem. Golem's usually not used till late, but I see here. So I take my cheap troops, I spam them, and I can take it down. He was expecting probably something like, it would be huge damage for a second, that's why he selected the lightning. But then he just takes it all down with the wizard, so the golem gets huge amounts of damage onto my tower. And then the wizard just finishes the job. At this point, my only troop targeting tank, or thing that's not tiny, is the miner, which I like to use on offense, so you know it's going to be a tough trip from here. Taking out the Electro Wizard and Wizard together, that relies on having a good splash damage or a tank or something like that, both of which I'm quite lacking in. Here I decide my only chance for getting anything, because the clan chest is going on, is to push the other lane. He doesn't ignore it, so that actually takes some juice away from his push, a whole lot of juice in fact. But now the golem's on the tower, and we've got even amounts of elixir, and I didn't do anything about it. Fortunately, my goblins can do a whole lot of work to the golem and ruin him. I don't have a good counter to his wizard, though. So I use my miner really late, and he can actually take out the entire tower. So I'm just spamming everything to see if I can get that tower before the end of the game. And with 30 seconds left, I can get the tower. Now, he's already got 2 of my towers. And with 1,600 health left, what was that flash on the left side? With 1,600 health left on his other tower, I'm going to have some trouble. Look what I do. Since there's a completely clear space there, and he drops down a golem, I can put this double hog rider. That'll wreck the tower. It's actually surprisingly fast. I did not know it wrecked so fast. But now I'm completely doomed, because he stops my push before it can take down his king tower. And he has a golem wizard on my king tower. Golem pops, 122 damage left on my king tower. Wizard gets it in 1 more shot. So I actually got 2 crowns for the clan chest there. Pretty good. Clan chest is going to be ending in pretty soon, unfortunately. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get any, maybe get to tier 1. Join our clan, maybe we'll be able to get to tier 1 next season. That's my goal for us. If we can get to tier 2 next season, and are the Bad Times Crew clan, I'm going to host another giveaway. So, goal for you guys. Everybody join the Bad Times Crew. If we can get to tier 2, I'm going to have a giveaway. It's going to be more than 10 cents. We've got 2 more battles, but since I was having some trouble taking out swarms because I didn't have any splash damage, and I was having some trouble defending with mini tanks because Miner isn't that good on defense as a mini tank, I switched Miner with Valkyrie. So let's see how that plays out. I'm facing a hog deck, pretty fast one, with wizard in it. Wizard, Musketeer, Mini P.E.K.K.A. And we've got spells, Ice Spirit, and Skarmy. So that was actually a pretty effective stop. Fortunately, I packed the Valkyrie, otherwise this would have killed me so bad. Well, I could have stopped the Ice Spirit if I just swarmed it enough, but I would have been in trouble without the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie really helped here. And then adding the goblins to it completely took everything down. Boom, Goblin Hut. Which isn't exactly the best stop, but I gained a positive elixir, and I got more tower damage than him off of that. So now I've got my hog up, I've got Goblin Barrel and Dark Goblin. So I'm going to push the other lane since he put down the Wizard, and Wizard tends to take down Goblins. Good thing I packed the Valkyrie, because right there, she does some work, limits the hog to only 1 hit. Now since we had Valkyrie and Goblins, he had to do something about it. He uses a Fireball. I come out with a positive elixir trade. A well-placed Wizard. Now here I put down 2 of them just to annoy. Now that was an unfortunate fail. The Wizard, since it splashed all my Goblins and completely took them all out, and it also got a whole bunch of hits in the tower, that was a complete fail. Very painful to play though. But if we look at my left side, you can see the Valkyrie and Hog got to the tower, and we put the Goblin Barrel on the tower. He logs it to get rid of the Goblin Barrel, but I still get very substantial damage. At this point, since I've got a lot of chipping in my deck, I can win. Put down the Goblin Hut to stop that. Valkyrie kills the Skarmy that supported the Hog. Unfortunately, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. got a hit off. Now I can come in with a nice Goblin Barrel. I know he has the log, so I'm waiting to mirror the Goblin Barrel. Put that down. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. gets a hit off because I couldn't put down something before it was time to... before I had enough elixir to mirror the Goblin Barrel, because I had to save the mirror on the Goblin Barrel. Now here I've got this huge push coming in. 7 seconds left. 277 health left on his tower. I'm trying my hardest. Look how close this is. 3 seconds left. I'm sending in a Goblin Barrel. 2. Dark Goblin gets 1 hit off. Remember, he hits at 0.7. And he shoots really fast. That's 1 hit off. Is the one you saw it appear on the screen. The Goblin Barrel literally lands, and he shoots his second shot. He could have gotten 3 shots off that Dark Goblin, which would have been enough to take out the tower, I'm pretty sure. So it was amazingly close. The problem was he fireballed my mirror Goblin barrel, so that completely shut down that. Very close. The Valkyrie was working pretty well. Let's see, how much damage does he do? 77. 110 damage per second, though. So next time you can see I won. It's partially because Valkyrie countered this, and in dire needs it can counter this. Fortunately, I've got plenty of other counters for this, and this, and this. So really, this is just a deck that I can beat. Valkyrie did me really well here. Let's see. Boom. Alright, so here, I'm starting with a good push. Got my hog up. I can also put down my Goblin Hook, which is a pretty good starting hand for me. He's got a Giant Wish or a Giant Musketeer. He's got a Miner in there. So he could do all sorts of stuff with his starting hand. He waits. That's a good choice. Unfortunately for him, my Dark Goblin gets onto the tower and deals about 1,000 damage total with my push. Although that includes the Hog, which I think got 2 hits off. This is such an easy Valkyrie to kill. That hitting both of them, just barely in range. And you just put down the goblins. I think that limited it to 2 hits. Maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. But that limits the Miner. And I can completely take that down. Unfortunately, the Spirit Goblin didn't get a hit off. That's why I'm crying. But now we can do Miner. Not Miner. Hog Barrel. Now, he brings out his arrows, and his Mini P.E.K.K.A. completely shuts that down. Here, I put this down, because that does a whole bunch of damage. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. can only kill one of the goblins. Here I'm in complete indecision, which costs me probably at least 1 hit from the giant. But I'm still very capable of winning this because I've got cards that counter him. At this point, I'm very confident too. So I can just let that sit. I don't think I know he has Leap Barbs yet, though. So when he brings that out, that'll be interesting. I thought he was going for the Goblin Hut, so I put down my Valkyrie to protect it. Now the Valkyrie was very slow. I do that again later in the game. Well, this is going to turn into a great hog push right here. Am I not going to turn this into a hog push? What am I doing with my life? Wow, I'm winning. Okay. And then I hog barrel the other side just to mess him up. Okay, so then the Musketeer is no threat. And wow, that actually did really well. I can push both sides freely now. Maybe I wasn't messing up my life. Okay, so now we can just use the goblins. I used a faux goblin gang. Huh. And then I put a hog with it. Oh, again, I put down a very slow, bad Valkyrie because I thought it was going for the Goblin Hut. That was horribly placed. Here I've got 2 Valkyries, in fact, because I mirrored it. And that just ruins his push. But he still gets my tower down to 300 health. And he's got an arrows. Notice his tower, 3-2-1. And his other tower is pushable too. And here I'm coming in pretty hot. Put down a hog, because he has to do something about it. So I can put down a Mini P.E.K.K.A. That's not a hard counter. Not hard to counter. That is a hard counter, in fact. Now, look at that full health Dark Goblin on the tower. That should take it out. Very close. Now you can see his left tower is also down. Now he's got a Miner and an arrows in his deck. He's not going to be able to stop it. So I actually managed to win using all the Goblin cards that have been released. I'm excited for Goblin Gang, because then I can do this again. Then I'll only have 2 cards that I can choose, though. So I'm not sure if I'd choose the Hog or the Valkyrie. Probably Valkyrie, because more versatile. I'd have a higher chance of getting something I can beat. But thanks for watching. If you join the clan, and we get next season, if we can get to Tier 2 next season, wow, I've got 10 times the next person. Tier 2 next season, I'll be hosting a nice good sized giveaway. And thanks for watching. See you guys again soon. Holy crud, I just realized that I have a silver chest that just unlocked right now. I'm gonna open it up. Huh, Valkyrie. Okay, now see you again soon.